Ever find yourself like scrolling through GitHub and you're just like overwhelmed by like all the cool repos?
Yeah.
It's like, where do I even start?
Yeah.
So today on our deep dive, we're going to be your curators. We're going to look at some of the hottest repositories on GitHub, but we're not just going to tell you what they do.
Right.
We're going to tell you why they matter.
Yeah, it's about like separating the signal from the noise. We're going to focus on what's truly groundbreaking, what's going to make a difference in your work.
I love that. And I know our listeners are all about boosting productivity.
For sure.
So let's dive right into it with a theme near and dear to my heart.
Okay.
Streamlining your workflow. Have you ever had a project and you're putting it off because just getting the data seems impossible?
Yeah, we've all been there.
It's the worst.
Yeah. But imagine having a tool that could crawl the web for you. And not just like blindly. I'm talking about intelligently extracting the exact info you need, especially for those AI models. That's where Crawl 4i comes in. It's not just a scraper. It's like a research assistant built for machine learning.
Oh my gosh. Stop already. I'm already sold.
It's pretty slick.
That's amazing. Okay. So I am a command line junkie.
Okay.
I love the command line.
Right.
So this next one is right up my alley. You know, we're always looking for ways to like optimize our terminal experience.
Always, yeah.
XO and screenpipe. Have you heard of these?
Yeah. These are like next level tools.
Okay. Tell me more.
So XO, it's like strapping a jetpack onto your terminal. It gives you lightning fast app launching, crazy good window management. It's like the Swiss Army knife of command line tools.
I love it. Yeah, and screenpipe.
Oh, this is where it gets fun.
Okay.
Control your media player straight from your terminal. No more alt tabbing.
Oh my goodness.
You can keep coding, keep the music going. It's all about that flow.
Seamless workflow.
Exactly.
I love it. Speaking of seamless, let's talk about the bane of every developer's existence.
Oh no. What's that?
Dependency management.
The dreaded dependency, Hal.
You're just sitting there. Nothing's working. You spend hours on Stack Overflow. Nothing's working. It's the worst.
Been there, done that. But fear no more. Pake is here to the rescue.
Okay. Tell me more.
This tool, it's like a magic wand for your dependencies. It simplifies everything and makes sure that all your project dependencies, they just play nice together. You can finally focus on what matters, writing awesome code.
Music to my ears. I can already imagine developers everywhere are breathing a sigh of relief. And speaking of relief, what if we could make financial programming, a little less intimidating?
Yo, I like where this is going.
A little more approachable for everyone.
Right, because it can be a bit of a hurdle, right? That's where maybe steps in. Now, financial programming might sound scary, but this JavaScript and TypeScript library, it breaks it down. It makes it understandable.
It's like that moment when a complex concept finally clicks. You're like, wait, I can actually do this.
It's empowering.
Right.
Whether you're tinkering with a budgeting app or diving into the wild world of like algorithmic trading, maybe, gives you the tools to explore it.
I love it. Okay, so we've talked about gathering data, navigating our systems, even wrangling those financial calculations. But what about the core knowledge, the foundation that every developer needs?
Oh, yeah, you're talking about the building blocks.
Yeah.
And honestly, we're better to start than with free programming books. This repository, it's a goldmine. It's full of free resources on everything, from your Python and JavaScript to like hardcore machine learning and web development.
It's like this massive, always up-to-date library at your fingertips.
Exactly.
And the best part, it's free.
Completely free. And speaking of free, but incredibly valuable, imagine having like a GPS, but for your tech career.
Ooh, tell me more.
Guiding you through this crazy world of skills and technologies, right?
Yes. I feel like that's what everyone needs in this day and age because it changes so quickly.
It's like a maze out there, but that's where the developer roadmap comes in.
Okay.
This repository, it lays out a clear path for every dev role.
Oh, wow.
Front end, back end, DevOps, you name it, it's there.
Oh, that's amazing.
Think of it as your personalized roadmap, highlighting the essential skills and technologies for your dream job in tech.
I love a good roadmap, especially in the world of software development, because it can be, a little overwhelming sometimes. But you know what? Things are about to get really, really interesting because our next theme is diving into a technology that is changing the game in a big, big way.
That's right. AI. But we're not talking about like the Terminator or anything. We're talking about AI as your coding buddy, your partner in productivity.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm intrigued.
So picture this, you're knee-deep in code, right? Something's just not working.
Yeah.
And suddenly, boom, right in your terminal, an AI pair programmer appears.
No way.
That's Aider.
What?
It's like having like a real-life expert looking over your shoulder, suggesting code, helping you debug on the fly.
That's insane.
It can really like level up your coding game, no matter, if you're just starting out or if you're a seasoned pro.
I love that. Okay, but let's shift gears a little bit. Let's talk about another challenge I think a lot of developers face, especially when you're building these really complex web applications.
Oh, yeah. It can be a beast.
It can feel like you're juggling like 5 chainsaws at the same time.
Totally. But luckily, there are tools out there that make it a little less dangerous.
Okay.
And that's where Ante comes in.
Right.
It's an open source platform that's kind of revolutionizing the way we think about building web apps.
Okay, I'm all ears. Tell me more about Ante.
So Ante, think of it as like providing all the essential building blocks for modern web apps.
Mm-hmm.
You've got your pre-built components. You've got this like really cool modular architecture that makes scaling super easy.
Oh, okay. So it's like you're not reinventing the wheel every single time.
Exactly.
You have a good foundation to work from.
Exactly. It's like having like a Lego set, but for code.
Oh, I love that. Okay, are you ready for something fun?
Always.
Our next theme is all about going beyond the lines of code and diving into the world of emulation.
Oh, this is a good one. So we're talking about Rujinx.
Okay.
It's an experimental emulator that lets you play, get ready for it, Nintendo Switch games on your computer.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Hold on. Seriously? That's incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Talk about a blast from the past. All those hours I wasted.
So many hours.
Playing my Switch?
Right.
Oh man. This could be dangerous.
It's a productivity killer, but hey, we all need a break sometimes, right?
That's true. That's true. A little bit of gaming, maybe you'll get some inspiration for your next project.
Exactly.
Okay, let's switch gears back to the world of more serious tech.
Back to business.
Let's talk about the cloud, specifically managing Azure virtual machines.
Right.
I know we have a lot of listeners out there who work with cloud infrastructure.
Yeah.
It can get really complicated,
There's
right?
a lot to handle.
So how do we keep those virtual machines running smoothly?
That is the million-dollar question. Oh, well, RD agent to the rescue.
RD agent.
Okay. Think of it as like the unsung hero of your Azure world.
Okay, I like it.
It works behind the scenes. Make sure your virtual machines are all up to date. No security vulnerabilities.
So it's like my own personal IT department, just for my Azure cloud.
Pretty much.
Amazing.
Just everything healthy and secure.
Okay, now for all the developers out there, especially those just starting out, let's talk about something that can be, a little nerve-wracking.
Oh, I know what's coming.
The technical interview.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's scary.
Oh, yeah. The pressure's on.
So is there anything out there that can help our listeners prepare, ace those coding challenges?
Oh, absolutely. And I've got just the thing, Leet Code Questions company-wise.
Okay.
This repository, it's gold. It's packed with real coding challenges. And get this, they're categorized by company.
Oh, wow.
So,
Yeah.
Getting ready for that Google interview, you can practice on like the exact types of questions they love to ask.
So it's all about targeted practice. I love it.
Exactly.
Work smarter, not harder, right?
Always. And speaking of working smarter, let's talk about Kestra.
Okay.
It's an open source orchestrator.
Okay.
And it helps you manage those, sometimes crazy complex data pipelines.
Okay, now hold on a second. Before we dive into Kestra data pipelines,
Yeah.
some of our listeners might not be familiar.
You're right.
Can we break that down? What is a data pipeline? Why should I care?
Of course. So imagine, right, data's flowing from everywhere. Your databases, APIs, sensors, the works.
Okay.
And you need to take all that data, you need to process it, you need to transform it, and ultimately you need to make sense of it, right? Get those insights.
Yeah.
That's your data pipeline. It's like the plumbing of your data infrastructure. Make sure the data flows smoothly from point A to point B.
It makes sense. Okay, so why would you need an orchestrator like Kestra to manage these pipelines?
Great question. Because as data pipelines grow, they get really intricate. Lots of steps, dependencies, things can go wrong. And managing all that by hand, it's a nightmare.
So Kestra basically just comes in and conducts this whole orchestra of data and makes sure everything's running smoothly.
Exactly. It's like your data maestro. And, going through all these trending GitHub repositories, it's really hit me just how much cool stuff is being built right now.
It's really incredible when you think about it. It's from those AI coding assistants to, playing Switch games on your computer. It seems like the possibilities are endless. But I do have a question, and I'm sure our listeners are thinking the same thing. What if I'm not, a coding whiz? What if I'm just listening in and thinking, this is all super cool, but how can I actually use this stuff?
That's what's so great about open source, right? It's for everyone. Even if you're not a hardcore developer, these tools, these projects, they can really spark your imagination and help you do some really amazing things.
Yeah. Like you could use Crawl4i to gather data,
Mm-hmm.
maybe for like a research project. You don't have to be building a whole AI model for it, right?
Exactly. And think about developer roadmap. You can use those insights to like plan your career, your education.
That's true.
You don't have to be writing code this very second to get value out of these projects.
I love that. It's all about being curious, experimenting, and, who knows, maybe you'll be the one building the next big thing on GitHub.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
I love it. Well, that about wraps up our GitHub deep dive for today.
It's been a blast.
It has. So many cool projects, so much inspiration. Hope you're all feeling as motivated as I am to go out there and, explore these repos and see what you can create.
Remember, the sky's the limit.
So true.
Yeah.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and most importantly, keep that coding spirit alive.